Hello everybody, time for a new shave. I do apologize, several videos in a row here, but let's roll with it. Today I'm gonna use this razor that I honed up in the last video, and we shall see if it works. It's Erik Anton Berg 4/8 razor hollow grind, but I think it says hollow grind here, I think, but it doesn't have not a quarter hollow or so, but I don't think it's extra hollow. At least it's a hollow grind razor. The last time I used it, it was taggy. I almost changed it on the shave, but today I'm going to use it. I have honed it up. Hope it works. Today it's going to be full Swedish shave. Soap, ML shaving supplies, unicorn soap. See a unicorn there, and the ingredients. It's orange scent. This is not so much orange scent on this one. I have done the soap myself. I'm actually really proud of that logo. Yes. And you finishing with HEGA, the Swedish toxic waste from nuclear plant. And I'm using my 2-ball brush. I have done myself, so only Swedish stuff today. Let's start by dipping this brush. It's a synthetic brush from my guard, so don't have to be soaked. Just dip it in water. I got, as you can see, plenty of growth, 3 days of growth, 3.5. There's something 3 days ago at least. I do need a shave today, so it's going to be interesting to see if that edge works great. I hope so, at least. Yeah, this honing thing, I did a honing video. I'm not far from a professional honer. I have a couple of stones I use, 3 stones, and if the edge or the bevel is really bad, I go to the 2000 grit stone. I start there. If not, the bevel is so bad, I start with the 5000 grit stone. And as you saw, this razor I'm using today, I did a refresh on the edge, put it on the 8000 grit stone, 5000 grit stone, then 8000 grit stone, and finishing stones. I use 3 stones. It's actually, I think it would be enough with 2 stones, something about 8000 grit stone, and then a finishing stone. That is, in my opinion, I think that's wrong or right. You do what pleases you. I do these things by my experience with my stones, by looking at other YouTubers doing honing videos, and then do my own thing about it. If you saw the tomato thing I do, that have Dr. Matt done, and I nicked that idea immediately. It's, for me, a really, really nice thing to know if I've got that edge ready or not. I can't. I have tried with my finger, thumb, to check the edge, and try to check on the edge, the nail on my fingers. Doesn't work for me. I can't really judge if it's a good edge or not. But with the tomato, that's actually a really good idea. Very easy. Tomato or grape. If you have to, it's a little bit of force, then the edge is not ready. But if you just put it on, just start to drag and it cuts immediately, then the edge is right. So it's very easy, very simple thing to actually use, in my opinion. Oops. And I do things, I did this video because Leo Chavez asked me if I would do this honing video, how I do. Everybody does. little bit different because of what kind of stones they use, how much pressure they use, and so on. That is someone who asked me once, not in a video but in real life, that how many strokes do you do? I can't tell you. That you can't. The only thing I do, I count the strokes when I'm. So I do approximately equal amount of strokes on each side of the razor, so I don't. Sorry, so I don't get 500 strokes on one side and 10 strokes on the other side. So that's the only thing I count. So I try to keep approximately the same amount of strokes on each side. But you don't have to be so 100% fixated with that, because if you need to work with this side, then you have to work with this side, because the edge is something with the edge you have to work with it. So you have to work with it longer time. That's very easy to understand. And depends on what razor you have, if it's carbon steel or stainless steel or so on, different, how thick the edge is and so on. There is a lot of things, you can't tell how many strokes you have to do, so you have to try and do trial and error. That's the only thing that works. And think. And Leo just asked me, I tried to explain it in my comments, but sometimes it's difficult to write. For me, it's difficult to explain it in words too, because I can't find the words every time. But he asked that in my opinion, really good question. Why do you kill the edge on the 5,000 grit stone, and why do you kill the edge on the 8,000 grit stone when I hone? Just a moment. By the way, this edge feels great. This time there is no tugging. But as I usually say, it's the next pass when you do the against the grain pass. You can feel if the edge is good or bad. Yeah, go back to the question that Dino asked me, why I kill the edge. If you, let's say if I started with this razor, as you know, it was a dull razor, but it still worked, and I drag it on the tomato before I start honing, I know that there is an edge. It would work. Of course, it's not so keen or so good, so you can shave smoothly with it, but there is still an edge. If I start to hone without killing the edge, and then I check it with the tomato, I don't know if it's the old edge or if it's the new edge that I try to get on the razor, or new bevel or whatever you want to call it. So if I kill the edge before I put it on the 5,000 grit stone, and I check it on a tomato, I know that edge, the old edge, is disappeared. There is no edge on it at all. And then I use the 5,000 grit stone and do 10, 100, I don't know, some amount of strokes. Then I know that it's a new edge with that stone right now, and that's the only reason why I do it. So I know that this is not an old edge, it's a newly refreshed edge that I created with that 5,000 grit stone. If I don't kill the edge and I hone, it could be the old edge, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Probably not, but I'm not 100% sure. If I kill edge, I'm 100% sure I have just emerged that edge from to a new edge. And that's the reason why I kill it on before I start the hone on the 5000 grit stone. And as you saw, there was no problem cutting a tomato with that 5000 grit stone edge. Was really nice. And when I finished with that, I got it. By the way, edge feels really nice. When I go to the 8000 grit stone, same thing there. I have an edge from the 5000 grit stone. I'm sure about that because I killed the edge before I started. If I don't kill the edge and start to hone on the 8000 grit stone, and after a while I test the edge, is it the edge from the 5000 grit stone or is it the edge from the 8000 grit stone? I'm not sure. As you know, from 5000 grit stone there's no problem cutting the tomato, but if you have already figured out, I know, right? If I kill the edge before I start the hone on the 8000 grit stone, I know 100% sure I don't damage the edge. I just mute the edge a little bit. It doesn't get damaged or so I just kill it a little bit. Then I'm 100% sure that the edge from that 5000 grit stone is killed. And if I then use the 8000 grit stone to, I say emerge the edge, I don't know if that's the right word, but I hope you understand what I mean. So when I merge that edge from the 8000 grit stone, I know that that edge is from that 8000 grit stone. No question. No, you can't. I'm 100% sure. That's the reason why I kill the edge from 5000 grit stone and then the 8000 grit stone. But I don't kill it when I go to the finishing stone because the finishing stone doesn't hone, it's polishing more. 8000 grit stone polishes lots, but still there's a little bit of grinding, not so much, but little at least, in my opinion. If that answers your question, Lee, then I can't explain it better than that. And when you hone, it doesn't matter what kind of stones you use. You have to hone. You have to do it, and you have to check with a loop or something to know what you're doing, what's happening on the edge. If you don't do it, if you're really experienced, then you know, but then you have honed hundreds of races and you know exactly what's happening. But if you do it from, as I do, I don't hold so many races. I want to know, I want to be 100% sure. That's the reason why I do it. There is, it's not so difficult if I actually, I'm honest, if you have a razor that is okay, there is no problem to actually hone up a razor. The difficulty starts when you get a vintage razor with a bad edge. You maybe buy a razor, you have to polish it up and clean it up, and you have to take away the pins and so on, and while you're working you can tape the edge, but still you're going to damage that edge. It could be chips and so on the edge. It's really bad edge. Then you have to go to a coarser stone and start the beginning and do the new bevel and so on. But or you buy a gold dollar razor that you have to work with a lot because its spine is maybe crooked and or the blade is uneven. It should be exactly the same length all the way, but it could be like that, you know. There is geometry issues and so on. There could be a lot of things that could be wrong on the vintage razor or gold dollar razor. But if you do it right, gold dollar razors are real damn good fine razor shavers. I'm going to do quick rinse. This was a damn good fine shave. Absolutely satisfied that with that edge. I like the G-knot edges with my Shubaran Asari stone, Shubu Asagi stone. Really nice edges in my opinion. That doesn't fit every people. If someone think it's maybe not too sharp or but that's what I like. I have tried some vertical edges. They're really nice too, but they don't feel so smooth. Of course they are sharp as hell, so that's not the issue, but G-knot edges in my opinion feels much smoother. I have mumbled a lot about this honing thing. I'm not a professional honer, far from a good honer. I do edges that works for me and it works for other people too. But really snap recap here. Finished with this beautiful HEGA from Sweden. Green nuclear waste from a nuclear plant. I like it very much. Really nice aftershave balm. And 2-bar brush. My soap. MLSS shaving supplies with unicorn. Unicorns are very rare animal. My soap is very rare. There are not so many soaps out there. I'm gonna do a new batch today. I do very small batches, not big batches. But I have to do some more soap so I can sell some more soap, and then we buy more oils and so on so I can do more soap. So I have to start to work with that a little bit. And the razor, of course, with that G-knot edge. This is an Anton Berg shark razor. You can't see anything. There is very bad stamps on that. But this is a really nice razor. It works really great for me. As you saw, no nicks, nothing. Really smooth, really satisfied. 80 minutes, very long video. I do apologize for long video and for all the other videos. But I hope you're going to have a beautiful upcoming week, and we shall see you next time whenever it is. Bye for so long, everybody. Bye-bye.